Maastricht University expresses its heartfelt thanks to the Rabobank for offering this prize to an outstanding young academic of our university. It confirms the commitment of this bank to young and talented individuals and proves this bank has some good ideas indeed. What's the jury report of the Rabobank Award? In 2010, the second annual Rabobank Award was conferred. The criteria for award conferral included exceptional quality of the dissertation itself as well as social relevance. A total of 5 dissertations were nominated, and the Board of Deans set up a jury composed of the following members: Professor Steinbusch, Professor of Cellular Neuroscience, Professor Peters, Professor of Experimental Health Psychology with a focus on chronic pain, and Mrs. Baltis-Paridan, advisor to the Board of Deans as a secretary. In a meeting held on the 13th of October 2010, the jury unanimously decided to confer the 2010 Rabobank Dissertation Award to Dr. Jochen for his dissertation on respiratory tract infections in general practice. The dissertation describes the very positive results of his research into the effectiveness of a CRP quick test and communication skills training for reducing the unnecessary prescription of antibiotics by general practitioners to patients with acute cough complaints. The research is of great scientific and social significance. It is of scientific value as the researcher managed to successfully prove, using 2 different methods of complex design, that the approach works and is applied by general practitioners. It is of social value because the results facilitate the further reduction of the global problem of antibiotics resistance. The results of this research will be promptly implemented in daily general practice. The dissertation draws on 11 sources, 10 of which have been published. These publications all cover the same key issue, but from different perspectives and using different research methods. This dissertation is essentially a randomized intervention study, and the trial results focus on the efficacy of the intervention and the economic evaluation thereof. Furthermore, analysis of the experiences of participating doctors was also conducted. An additional strength of this dissertation is that the results of the first intervention study and the experiences of the doctors involved led to the establishment and implementation of a second large-scale randomized study. This succession of studies will facilitate the development of practical recommendations in the future. Another issue of note is that the 10 publications used in this dissertation have an average impact factor of 6.98. This high number is partly the result of 2 excellent publications: an original publication in the British Medical Journal with an impact factor of 13.66 and a second article also published in the British Medical Journal. During his PhD track, Jochen published an invited comment in The Lancet with an impact factor of 30.75, prompting an interview in Science. Based in part on the article published in the British Medical Journal, the dissertation was granted a cum laude designation. I would like to invite Mr. Mark Kootjans, CEO of Rabobank Maastricht, to hand out the dissertation prize. As Jochen could not be with us today, Professor Geert-Jan Dinant, his thesis supervisor, will accept the prize on his students' behalf. Please, Mr. Kootjans and Professor Dinant. To the middle. Als u aan die kant gaat staan, dan kan meneer Kootjans nog hebben. Would you like to address the audience?
Yes, very briefly. Thank you very much, Mr. Rector, and thank you very much for having us here as Rabobank today in this impressive celebration of academic excellence. It is hard not to feel impressed and humble as a banker when you, I think you know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why we did it.
Again, thank you very much. It's a privilege for me to stand here today, and it is an honor for Rabobank to be able to support at least a very small part of what Maastricht University is doing. As the rector has indicated earlier in his speech, we are, as a bank, we are committed and dedicated to helping individuals achieve their goals, whether it's in their personal lives, whether it's in their business ventures, whether it's in sports, or like we are doing today, whether it's in the academic world. So it is with great pleasure and with great pride to be able to present to Dr. Kals, and in his place, thank you very much, Professor Dinant, to present the Rabobank Dissertation Prize for a dissertation of so much scientific, but also social impact. So I would like to ask you all to give Dr. Kals and Professor Dinant, for supervising him, a big round of applause.
Okay, good. Thank you. Dankjewel. Okay. Oh yeah.
Just a few things.
Ladies and gentlemen, greetings from Switzerland. I'm very disappointed not to be able to make it to the DS this year. I would like to thank Rabobank for granting me this fantastic award. I'm absolutely delighted to receive it. It's a great recognition for our work, and would therefore like to thank Jochen Rogier Opstaken, and the Cardiff team for collaborating with me on this work. Also, I'd like to thank the Department of General Practice for Maastricht University and the Capri School for Primary Care and Public Health. I'd also like to thank my friends, relatives, and my family, of course. And I'm not sure whether it's a conflict of interest, but my mom is very proud of me. She has been working for Rabobank for 37 years now.